and 30 minutes, and then the Pope's body will be moved to Rome, out of the Vatican walls, and that will be at the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. Here you are looking at the entrance antiphon which is taking place. This process in which hundreds of thousands of people.
And he's currently incensing the altar, the image of our Blessed Mother.
Yes, so this is of course live footage of the ceremony which has started, the beginning of Pope Francis's funeral ceremony taking place in St. Peter's Basilica. As I was saying before, hundreds of thousands of people expected to be a part of this ceremony today. Everyone within St. Peter's Square standing as this ceremony gets underway, paying their respects. People travelling from across the world, world leaders, heads of state, cardinals and bishops from every corner of the globe, all here stationed. Joining us as we see these visuals is Dr. Anthony Sami, a professor at the Xavier Institute of Natural Resources. Thank you, Dr. Anthony Sami, for being here. What is the significance of these early moments of the ceremony? Can you talk us through what is happening right now?
Usually when the Catholic Church, anybody dies, we have a ceremony, we call it Mass. The Mass, that is the Eucharistic celebration we have. And then before the Eucharistic celebration, during this Eucharistic celebration, we celebrate body and blood of Christ, and in which that we offer also, we pray for the soul of Pope Francis, and also whatever that we thank him for all that he did in all throughout his life, the things that he has committed and then he did. We also remember him in a way that God is taking him and then blessing him, his soul. And that's what we wanted to, this is a part of the ceremony.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, the ceremony at St. Peter's Square expected to take around an hour and a half, and then the Pope's body will be moved. He is not going to be buried, Dr. Anthony Sami, within the Vatican. It's been around a century since a Pope has been buried outside of the Vatican. Why did Pope Francis take this decision, and what's the significance of it?
Yeah, all the popes, in fact, there is a kind of traditional way of binding the particular, he clutches, maybe a kind of, he wants to break away the traditional chain. He wants to be a simple person. A person, because there are thousands and billions of persons, all of them are human beings, and not, though they are significantly created by God, but they are living outside without any significance. So he also wants to be with the poor. He's identifying himself as a poor, how they are being called by God when they died. The same way he also wants to have the same. Also, he is so much fond of Mother Mary, so therefore he wants to be buried near Mother Mary's place.
Absolutely. We are, of course, here seeing live visuals of the service. People dressed in red, bishops and cardinals on the other side, dignitaries from across the world. Dr. Anthony Sami, we've seen world leaders from everywhere across the globe. What does this signal, the fact that world leaders from everywhere, including the United States, a country that Pope Francis often had disputes with President Trump and former President Joe Biden currently at the service which has just got underway. Well, how significant is that, and what does that show about Pope Francis's time as the pontiff?
He was alive. He was so many ideological point he was opposing, because he is talking not his own words. He is talking what he thinks that is right. Morally, whatever is right to the humanity, he speaks. And sometimes these politically incorrect things, when it is clashes, so the leaders will give a different opinion and a different kinds of maybe it is portrayed. But at the same time, heart of heart, what Francis Pope has said, that instills in their heart still. And that still they value, okay, that what he said is correct. And that is the way I should have done it. And that is the truth that behind them to motivate to come and give a respect to it.
Yes, Dr. Anthony Sami, of course, this moment pivotal for the Roman Catholic Church. Of course, we don't want to take away from the moment today. This is about Pope Francis, his legacy and his devotion to the Roman Catholic Church. But we, of course, have an upcoming period of mourning and then a conclave to decide the next Pope. Looking at Pope Francis's legacy, what do you think will be vital in the next Pope in order to carry on that legacy and that work that Pope Francis has diligently carried out for more than 10 years?
Yep, more of actually from the dogmatic church, he has brought out so much of people-oriented church. A church which is open to all the common people. A people, because the living experience God is each and every one of us, not only with the leaders of the church, but then he opened the door to all of them. Not only the Catholic Church, but also to all the people, those who all over the world, including the people, those who are neglected, and including the people, those who have even legally they are not recognized to them. So such kind of a new opening to humanity. So this is a more significant in his lifetime, what he has done. And this is the legacy that, the person who is going to come has to carry forward, and for the humanity will be once again, they will be celebrating this kind of way of thinking and way of progressive walking.
Yes, absolutely. Just to bring you an update, of course, these live visuals from St. Peter's Square, and it is Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re who was presiding over the funeral service. The Italian was the man to